I was in Stanford, and I had all this. I was all resistant about what I was going to say when I got in the hot seat. I was all worried about, oh, what if I ramble, and what if it doesn't make sense? Like literally just a half a second ago, I was like, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And that's when you were like, boom. And this is so cool because I wasn't even supposed to come here today. A friend invited me because he heard me say to somebody else, oh, I went to Abraham-Hicks. His friend invited him here, and it was sold out. And we came anyway. I mean, that is just, I'm saying that to let everyone else know, you can just live that way. It doesn't matter what the conditions look like. You can just make it happen. And it is just... it's awesome.
The thing that we like most about what you said is that you felt yourself move into the satisfied mode, and then you saw immediate results from that. That's the demonstration that life will give you. And you'll know, once you get the hang of this, that you get what you think about, something wonderful will happen, and Esther will say, I did that. Something not so wonderful will happen, and Esther will say, I did that too.
Yeah,
in other words,
and I started doing that.
It's nice to know.
When I bumbled it up, I'm like, well, that was me also, so I'm not going to pinch myself off for my own power. I'm going to take credit.
Or at least when I do, I'm going to know it, and knowledge is power. So what do you want to talk about now?
Okay, so I've been like binge listening to excerpts on YouTube, and there was this one that went away right before it got pulled down because of, I guess, copyright or whatever. And
maybe too long.
Maybe too long. Maybe.
Esther allows pieces to go up, but not whole seminars.
Right.
And so if they're too long, they come down. If they're within the guidelines, then they stay up. And everything we say is manageable in the guideline.
Absolutely. And there's this one part where you said this. I remember I was meditating, and I felt like, even though it was recording, I felt like you were talking directly to me in the moment. Even though when I looked it up, it was recorded like so long before. I was still in that exact moment, and you're like, you said this before you came here. You said, I will go, and I will. And then I would listen to that for inspiration, and I keep forgetting it. And I'm just like, in this, like, what did I say? Like, what did I say I was going to do before I came here? Like, what did I say?
You said, I'll go forward into my physical experience, and I will remember that the larger part of me remains non-physically focused. And I will look around the environment, and I will see things wanted and unwanted, and it will help me hone a clear understanding moment by moment of what I most prefer. And then I will focus in the direction of my preference until I accomplish vibrational alignment with my own inner being. And when I do that, my inner being, who knows the fullness of what I'm asking for and knows the path of least resistance for me to get there, will feed to me moment by moment in real time ideas and impulses that will lead me joyfully along the path to the full unfolding of what I want. That's what you said. You also said, and each time that happens, I will stand in a new place with new manifestations, and also a whole new set of contrasting experiences which will give birth to another good idea. And as that other good idea comes, my inner being will hold steady on that good idea. And I might be wavery about it, but I will seek the feeling of satisfaction that my inner being is feeling as my inner being focuses upon it. And as I tune into that feeling of satisfaction, I will come into full alignment. And once again, I will be in that place of receiving impulses and ideas, so that I will not only be the creator, step 1, I will be the receiver, step 3. But the most important, exciting part of being physical is that then I will get to, in concert with my inner being, witness the deliberate and gentle and delicious unfolding of each and everything that I ask for. And in that experience, I will eventually come into full feeling of worthiness. I will come to expect that good things are supposed to come to me. I will come to know that life is supposed to be fun. I will come to know that I'm supposed to feel good. Struggle will be a part of my past, and ease and flow will be a part of my eternally unfolding future experience. I will be a shining light unto the world. I will live such ease and grace and joy that others will see me, and they will know from what they see that I've figured some things out. And when they ask me, how is it that you are so joyful, and how is it that so many things come to you with such ease? And I will say to them, you said you knew. I just get into the receiving mode. I care about being satisfied. I go with the flow. I chill out. I push against nothing. I seek love. I move in the direction of what feels good. I find what feels good. I maintain that balance by my attention and focus. I care about how I feel until I have mastered alignment with source energy, so that I continue to be a radiating light of source energy wherever I go. And then those like you who are really the same as me, who are wanting to figure out how to tune into that frequency, I maybe sometimes make it a little easier for you to tune in because I'm tuned in. That's what you said. And then you said,
I said a lot.
Oh, your vortex is so full of what you said. Your vortex is so full of your intentions for happy living and happy guidance and happy uplifting and happy life. Then you said, and most important, I will figure it out as I go. There's not anything that I'm supposed to do. There's not anything that's been assigned to me. I get to choose. I'm so free, I can choose bondage. And expansion is inevitable. And so my goal is joy. That's what you said. Enough?
Not yet, if that's okay. So one of the 100 things that I do is I'm a healer, and I've heard you talk a lot about how Christ healed and the instantaneous healing that was provided.
Well, he just knew wellness. He didn't focus on illness. So when you are a healer, sometimes you focus on the illness that you're trying to heal, and it slows your way down.
How can we bring that back into the world? Because it's not as prevalent, I think.
It's already in the world. You just have to know it. Happens all the time to people. All the time. People have instantaneous healing. It happens all the time. They don't even need a healer. They just need to get out of the way of the healing, and the healing will happen. But there's a sort of misunderstanding, because none of you intended to come here and stay all the time. And so you just need to sort of get out of the judgment about whether... Here's something that will really help you. One of the first things that we said to you all today was that humans have this propensity to look at manifestations rather than be aware of the energy that is creating them. And as they look at manifestations, then they want to sort them into piles of good and bad and right and wrong and black and white, talking about race, female and male, all kinds of categories. And usually in those categories, they have judgment about them, Republican, Democrat. What we would like you to know, what your inner being does, your inner being would like you to take all of those piles, sick and well, rich and poor, and scramble them all together. So it's one big soup, which is what it is, a soup of humanity. And then understand there are really only two piles, in alignment or not. So there are Republicans in alignment and those who aren't, and Democrats who are in alignment and those who aren't. And there are people of all nationalities who are in alignment and those who aren't, and females and males. And once you understand that that is who you're meeting, you're not meeting people that have these strong beliefs that are pushing against you. You're meeting people who are under the influence of their inner being, or under the influence of something else, under the influence of love in this moment, or under the influence of hate. And all of those categories have some of all of those. And so once you understand that, not only about them, but about you, and you care about which category you're in by taking care of your satisfaction factor, then what you begin to discover is that you are an uplifter. You are a continual healer of all things. That's what you radiate. When you stood before Jesus dripping your illness, he didn't see your illness because he was not under the influence of illness. He was under the influence of wellness. He was under the influence of what your desire was, you see. And so your illness could not abide in his vibration of wellness, because he was so focused and had so much leverage and was so in tune with his inner being and that 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 inner being, all that is source energy he had access to. And so as he held you as his object of attention, your illness just couldn't abide in that vibration for that time, because he had practiced knowing what that vibration felt like. It can't just be a last minute judgment. You can't just say all of a sudden, oh, I'm just going to think about wellness when you've been practicing something else. You can't look into a world where there's illness going on without having it be part of your vibration. You got to practice yourself into knowing that, you see. He didn't always know it. He didn't always know it. He was not one who was always under the influence of source energy, just mostly. He was a master of it. He certainly had step 4. And in this conversation that we're having, he certainly had step 5. You were experiencing contrast, but he wasn't having any of it. He knew where he was focused. That's all you need.
Yeah. Okay. So my methodology when I heal,
You don't heal. You don't heal. You're not the engine of healing. Healing happens and you don't get in the way of it.
Right.
And when you're not in the way of it, then you're going with the flow of it, and you can influence the flow of it. You are not the healer. You are the influence of the natural healing. It's important to know that.
Right. No, sure. I'm a cooperative component of the healing.
There you are.
The way I really say it, to try to put the words a little bit more precise, is when people come for healing, that's their way of releasing their resistance to receiving the healing. I'm agreeing to participate in it. And then I feel led to gently guide them through whatever thing that we do that I think is going to allow them to receive it the most. And I'm just wondering, what's the best way for me to do that for myself? Because there seems to be a little bit more push and pull that way.
Of course, that's natural, because you don't have a belief system about others like you do about yourself. You haven't practiced as much resistance about them as you have about yourself. Everyone is always less resistant in a general sense than in a specific sense. And so the others are more general to you while you are more specific to you.
Okay, that makes sense.
It does make sense, doesn't it? So just take it easy.
Yeah. Okay, all right,
really
thank
good.
you.
We've enjoyed this interaction immensely, more than words can convey to you, but maybe you felt it as it happened. Maybe you could feel the enthusiasm of your inner being as new insights sort of took hold in your own mind. One thing is certain, we know this for sure, that your point of attraction has shifted in the time that we've been here together, and things that you haven't been allowing will more easily flow into your experience. And this is the most important part. You are going to make the correlation between the vibrational shift that took place because we had this conversation together and what you are now allowing into your experience. More of those big things are going to be flowing in. More and more and more and more and more of them. We want to call your attention toward the cooperative components of the universe, toward the cooperative components of your desires. And we want you to feel with us that in this vibrational reality, the essence of those cooperative components has already been gathered. And so the thought paths have already been carved. So much more has already happened about the things that you want than you have any conscious realization of, because you've been waiting to see it before you believe it rather than believing it before you see it. If you can believe in this vibrational reality, if you can believe in the power of your own thought, and if you can demonstrate for yourself some capability of holding your thought on some subjects in a place that you prefer and then watching the evidence of it, then you've got it. Then there will be nothing that is apart from what you desire. Everything that you desire will begin showing itself to you in incremental fashion until it bursts into your experience in full blown. You want the manifestation, and for the most part you are dissatisfied with the thought process along the way. That's going to change now, because that thought process must be satisfying before it can burst onto the scene. You can't be reluctant, worried along the way. It's not evolving. You have to be satisfied, some form of satisfaction before those thoughts are going to turn to the tangible things that you want. In time, we'll begin holding workshops like this on demanifestation, because you'll have too many cars in your garage and too many garages and too many things going on, in other words, and you'll come to realize that it wasn't the stuff that you wanted, it was the realization that you could have all the stuff. That's what you want. The realization that whatever you want can come to you.